Hi. So I'm gonna do a movie review for you guys. I just saw The Best of Me, and I have some little cheat sheet notes so I don't forget some stuff. But it's based on a Nicholas Sparks novel, which if you guys know Nicholas Sparks, he did The Notebook, and he's kind of known as like, chick flick and that kind of stuff. And it is a chick flick, and I saw it with one of my very best girlfriends. But I gotta tell you, I loved it. It's basically the story about Amanda and Dawson, who are they're soulmates, and they met when they were teenagers, and he was kind of from the wrong side of the tracks. They had a very ill-fated love, and they came from very different backgrounds. But as circumstances would force them to part ways, the death of a mutual friend who was kind of their mentor, who was played by an amazing Gerald McRaney, brought them back together. His one wish for them was that they would come together and help put away his estate. He just knew that, based on what had happened, that these two needed to get together. And they did. And Amanda is married, albeit quite unhappily. And she is played by Michelle Monaghan, who's just fantastic. It just really shows her range, because the last thing I really saw her in that I loved was that TV show. What's it called? Anyway, it's played by Michelle Monaghan, who is fantastic. She's just so likable, and for this kind of character was fantastic. And also James Marsden, girls. It's nice to look at James Marsden. A little bit of trivia: Paul Walker was supposed to play this role before his death, but James Marsden does an amazing job. I really liked it. I loved the cinematography. It was beautiful where it was shot. I think they grew up in Louisiana. And it was just really neat. And it was also not just a love story about these star-crossed lovers and chick flick, but it was definitely a drama that kept you on your seat, because of the side story of James Marsden's character basically growing up in a pretty horrible family with a terrible father and brothers, and that was a really interesting part of the story. And the ending. I mean, it'll kill you how it all comes away. I don't want to give away any plots, but I would definitely see this. I would give it five tiers for tugging at your heartstrings, making you think about life and love and marriage and soulmates and time. And I would give it three fists for just clenching and just wondering what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next? Is he going to be good? And all in all, I would rate this movie, I would say 3.5 hearts out of 5. I liked it.